fingers are so greasy.
Howdy everyone, Frankie here, New West Reset. Hello, how's it going? Welcome back, and thank you ever so much once again for shooting in, joining a fella here. Got another boots on the ground video for you here today, people. And today is Halloween. So happy Halloween to all of you. And well, what are we going to be checking out today? We're going to be checking out the old Union Cemetery here in Calgary. Right on Cemetery Hill, just off of 25th Avenue and 3rd Street Southeast. You know, I've lived in the area here for 45 years. Never been to this cemetery before in my life. I don't have any dearly departed loved ones buried here, so I've just never been here before. But we're fixing to change that here today for Halloween. We're going to take a tour of the old Union Cemetery, apparently established in 1898, I want to say, 1897, something like that. I'll get the exact date and I'll put it down below for you. But we're going to start it off here by checking out this beautiful old sandstone gateway that they've got here. So stick around, we'll be right back.
I hear tell about a heaven in Alberta where they've got all hell for a basement.
All right, and here we are at the sandstone gateway into the old Union Cemetery. Beautiful looking thing. Online it says it's sandstone, and it does look like sandstone to me. It's got 8 beautiful pillars on it. Nothing fancy in terms of the pillars or the capitals on top or anything, but got a nice pediment up there. It's pretty big. It's about 15 feet tall by about 30 feet wide. It's on a concrete, poured concrete base. Yep, it's definitely sandstone. I don't know how long this has been here in the cemetery, but again, any additional information that I don't have right now as I'm filming this, I'll put down in the description below. As you can tell by the beautiful blue skies, it's very, very gorgeous day here today. Sunny. It's a little chilly. It's only about +5 Celsius. It's around 42, 43 Fahrenheit, give or take. So, I mean, it's not exactly warm out, but when you're out in the sun, you can feel the nice warm sunshine. And again, the beautiful blue skies, well, it just does a lot to boost a guy's spirit. And speaking of spirits, let's get this thing started here. I don't know where I'm going or what the layout of this is. I did check. They have a big map posted on a big board by the main entry. So I know I've got to sort of head a little bit south and then east to get to what I really wanted to check out, which is the oldest part of the cemetery here. So as you can see, the usual landscaping that you would find in most graveyards or cemeteries. Lots of rolling hills, lots of big mature trees. And as mentioned at the top of the video, I've never been here before, so I don't really know what to expect or what to look for. So we're going to find out together, I guess. These are just concrete steps. But I'm going to pause it here for a sec, get my bearings, and then we're going to look around. So hang tough, I'll be back in a moment. All right, I found a structure here that at first I thought was that Reading Rock Cafe, but nope. Some old sandstone building that they've retrofitted all the electrical in. You can tell it was built prior to electricity because everything's wired in on the outside. It's a very interesting looking place. I don't know if it's a former chapel or what. Sandstone, but they smeared some kind of schmutz on it. probably not a bad idea to help protect that sandstone. It's a very soft stone, and it does not hold up well. Again, harsh weather, tough winters, doesn't really cut the mustard. Interesting little rusted out giant nuts and bolts coming out. I don't know if those are just anchors holding this place together or what. Looks like it's got a wooden roof. Looks like they put in a modern cinder block chimney on the place. I'm gonna go around to the back of this thing here. I can't get through here, but do have sandstone foundation here that just keeps going down into the ground there, it looks like. It looks to me anyways like it's shooting right down into the ground there. Got a nice peaked arch doorway here. Gonna dig those big wrought iron hinges on it. Nothing fancy, but pretty cool looking. Yeah, let's see. You can see here, yeah. Oh, wait, looks like there could be some concrete there. Looks like there could be a concrete foundation with the sandstone stacked up on top of it. Nice little arched windows in here with there's detail above them. Sorry, I'm trying to eliminate some of that glare. All right, let me go around to the back of this thing and see if there's anything eye-popping. The sound you're hearing is a little golf cart type thing. One of the guys that works for the city here in the cemetery just driving by and asked him. He says this is, in fact, the old chapel. He said it was built in the late teens, apparently. Just whip around to the back and see if we can see anything interesting here. I came way down a hill to get around to the back of this, about 10 or 12 feet down. Big rock retaining wall here. It looks like it's been there for a long time. And oh, of course. There we go. Yeah. Couple of nice windows. Those in fact do look like anchors up there. And then you've got a pretty tall door here. And see what they've done is this is a concrete foundation. But after they've poured it, they put a thin set of schmutz over it, and then they trace in a stencil to make it look like it's made out of bricks or stones that are stacked up, but as you can see where these J-pipes are coming out, it's actually just concrete in there. It's an older concrete, but it's still a concrete nonetheless. These in fact look like they used to be little windows, and they've closed one in with a wooden plank, and the other one they've run these ventilation pipes out of and then put some insulation around them. Yeah, big dirty padlock. They don't want anybody getting in there. What the heck's going on down here? It's some old pipe coming out of there, and they've plugged it up with a piece of concrete. All right, sure. Okay, so as I was walking around the corner to see the backside of this chapel, I don't think I'm in the oldest part of the cemetery, but I spotted what looks like a wooden tombstone over here. I gotta check that out right quick here. Definitely looks like it's wood. Yeah. You ever seen such a thing? There we go. Memory of John Sibley. December 29th, 1909. Huh. There's a couple more here that look really old. They're not super fancy or anything, but they just look like they've been here for a while. This one you can barely read the date on it anymore. Looks like 1910. This one I can't read. What happened to this thing? Yeah, it's got some moss and lichen on it, but it's got a couple of dirty big cracks in the darn thing too. Some nice design work on it. Again, not the biggest, but pretty fancy for a little stone. It looks like it has seen some shit. All right, I'm gonna move on and find the old part. Stick with me here, back in just a moment. All right, so I just asked a young lad there who is landscaping maintenance here, and he said basically where I am now is where a lot of the old ones are, and there is a section a little further down. $1912, that one. This one's been here so long I could barely read it. In fact, I can't quite. Oh, I think it says 1912 also. Another 1912. And another. Got an obelisk-shaped one here. Not very big, but definitely a unique shape compared to what we've been looking at so far. 1875 to 1912. What is happening here? Wow, look how old that one is over there. I'll check that out in a sec. Another 1912. $1860 to 1944. Oh, look at that. James Hope Ross. Eh? Member of the Hidden Brotherhood. 1858 to 1858 to 1912. Gotta have that square and compass on the tombstone for some reason. Yeah, this one. This is sandstone, and the base is sandstone on it too. What happened to that? Another 1912. This one is rough, man. Rough. I guess if you don't spring for that marble or granite slab, it's going to weather much more quickly with sandstone. Gotta say, a lot of these are quite modest grave markers. Another one, 1912. This one's weird. What the heck is this supposed to look like? A log? It's kind of crystallized or something. You see that? $1912 again. It's got sort of a shiny crystal or quartz-like look to it. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not, but this guy like to chop firewood, or was he a lumberjack, a woodsman? I don't know, but I've never seen anything like that before. It's quite unique looking as well. $1912. What the heck? If it ain't 1912, it's 1914, it seems. Another 1912. Must have been some major stuff that went down here in 1912, 1914. I don't get it. Well, I didn't make it far. I got about 30 feet and I came across this. A couple of pine cones in it. It's got some weird, creepy, almost looks like devil face on there. That's nice. Well, at least now we're getting somewhere with the Halloween stuff. Ooh, that's spooky. Spooky. Yeah, see, pointed ears, gruesome grin. That's the devil. What the hell is that doing in here? Yeah, alright. That's fine. This one's pretty rough too. Wow. Rough, really rough. Look at that one here. The tree is pushing that tombstone over. Huh. Very strange. 1885 to 1935 and 1910 to 1911? Infant son. Oh, yeah. Yikes. It's a bummer. Now look at this one. What happened to this? What's going on here? See what I mean about the sandstone, though? It just gets damaged like crazy. Oh, there goes a bunny rabbit. Snowshoe hare. Hasn't turned white yet, though. But if it was to snow here tomorrow, that jackrabbit would be white within 3 or 4 days. John Henry Lane. 1838 to 1908. Born at Wellington, Prince Edward County? No idea where that is. Maybe England? Maybe England, I don't know. Looks like this had sort of a pediment design on it that's busted off. Look at the hills in this place. It goes up, and then it levels off, then it goes up again. Way off in the distance, way out there, you can see. Well, I didn't get very far again. This one's missing its marker altogether. Looks like there's something written in here, though. McKinley. It might say McKinley. Arnold or Harold McKinley, maybe? Don't rightly know. There's not much left of it, I'll tell you that. So there's some steps. Okay, sure. One of these bowls. No devil face on this. This one they're giving you some grapes. Oh, another square and compass. Another square and compass with the G for Joshua Kemp. Does it say 1839? Get out of here, man. 1839 to 1925. From Cork, Ireland. Hey, that's where Rory Gallagher, the blues singer and guitarist, is from. There's another one. Washington Grant Collins, born in Kitchener, Ontario, 1848 to 1923. Interesting. Yep, you guessed it. Never seen so many square and compasses in my life. Compasses? Compi? Compasses. As you can tell, I'm up on top of another big hill here. We've sort of checked out up over there. The Reading Rock Garden is back in there. And that old chapel is there. So we kind of came down here and back up this side. Oh, see, there's kind of an urn shape on here. So you put your dearly departed's ashes in an urn if they've been cremated, but you put a tombstone if they've been put in the ground. This one, they've got both, an urn and a tombstone. Oh, and a square and compass again. Jeez. Pyramid on top of that one. Yeah, this one. 1848 to 1918 and 1847 to 1922. To argue, right? 1839 to 1910. Archibald Scott, 1841. You don't hear names like Archibald that much anymore. Oh, I just noticed right in the shade of these trees here, facing southwest right now. In the shade of these big trees here, there's still a little bit of snow on the ground from about 2-3 days ago when it snowed. Crazy. I didn't think it accumulated anywhere. More stone walls along here on this side. This looks interesting here. What's going on there? Yeah, that's seen some better days. What, no steps here? No, it's gotta make your way up. Okay, so this is falling over. Yeah, we'll just leave it in the trees, it's fine. Sandstone blocks. Looks like they just chucked some tombstones in here. So yeah, that's fine. This one too, just broken off. Yeah, just fire it in there. It's okay. Old JF won't mind. '1806. Oh, 1896. 1896 born. 1863, another 1911. 1859, 1904. It's almost completely taken over by nature. I think I see another square and compass. That's more than half a dozen now for sure, easily. McNichol, 1901. Nice work on that. Pearly gates, maybe? A little star here and here. The two pillars here. So there's another square and compass on an obelisk. Brother Samuel Livingstone. There he is. 1897. Yeah, he's famous around these here parts. Sam Livingstone. Yes, indeed. Famous landowner and cowboy. Cattle rancher. 3 years, huh? Yeah, that's another child one. Here's another one of these raised. I don't want to be buried on the hillside. I want my my final resting place to be completely level. Another one that looks like a sort of a crystal or a quartz, made to look like logs, but this one's shaped in or was shaped in a cross, broken off. (1902), 1907.
It's intermission time, folks.
Show starts in 5 minutes. Show starts in 4 minutes.
Yum, yum. It's a meal in itself. Our all-meat super dog. Enjoy one now.
Show starts in 3 minutes. Show starts in 2 minutes. Show starts in 1 minute.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
And now, on with the show.
You're just tuning in. I've never been here before in my life, so I don't really know where to look, what to look for. Just exploring. Union Cemetery here in Calgary, Alberta, up in Canada land for Halloween. It was established in late 1880s. Again, I'll get the exact date for you. Celtic, or what we're told is Celtic design anyway on this one. Martha Eckersley, 1860. Right up till 1952, eh? Good for you. Oh, life expectancy wasn't that long back in the 1800s. Nah, found a lot of graves here that they're in their 80s and 90s. Probably, you know, good food, good healthy food to eat without all the crap and chemicals in it. And, you know, less stress of our modern times. Look at how fancy this one is. It's on a sandstone base, though. Surprised it hasn't deteriorated and fallen over yet. Tree that was starting to grow out of there, and they had to trim it off. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Sandstone and granite. Get the old fencing with this pipe, the little ball finials on it, and oh, that's just a little bit of rust there. You know, just put some trem clad on that, you won't even notice it. It's a little gate. It's a little gate. Does it work? No. It's probably all seized up. Actually, I don't see where it would pivot. Well, I guess it would pivot down there, but it's all seized up. Ruby, really? Ruby Leeson, 1885, 1910, 1920. Yeah, I think I'm headed in the right way here. A lot of older ones around here. I'm glad I asked that fella. Let's get you closer to this one here. $1889. Yeah, this is going to be one of the earliest ones in this area. 1889. Where immortal spirits reign, there we shall meet again. And it's on an obelisk. This looks like it was just a pillar. You can see the footing there, and then so it looks like at one time it was kind of like a sandstone pillar. The Reverend Angus Robertson, first Presbyterian minister in Calgary. 1856, arrived in Calgary, June 11th, 1883. There wasn't even 500 people here when he arrived. And he passed away in Medicine Hat. That's 2 hours south of here. This thing is seen better days too. Wow. So this one's so old that somebody's come along and paid for a new marker. That's how long that one's been sitting here. What the heck has happened to this? Wacky stuff, man. Yeah, these are really old and damaged and very, very spooky, actually. These old ones are kind of spooky. $1897 again on that one. On over here with this one, dead ahead, if you pardon the pun. Oh, of course. Thomas Swan. 1889 is when he died. So again, one of the earliest ones here. And of course he was a Mason. All those guys that supposedly founded this town were all the Brotherhood. Henderson. $1892. This thing's ready to go too. Look at that. All right, let me pause it here and move on to the next section. All right, this was an oldie but a goodie too. The Royal Northwest Mounted Police, James Simmons, 1860 to 1893. The Royal Canadian Northwest Mounted Police, or at this time just the Royal Northwest Mounted Police. Canada wasn't Canada until 1867 technically, so Here's another enclosure. The sandstone blocks. This tree has grown and knocked this one over. Look at this thing, will you? Is it a couple of serpents, maybe? I'm not too sure. $18.93. Oh, wow, look at this one. Simon John Clark, born in Huntington, Quebec, December 22nd, 1852. Passed away in Rochester, Minnesota, June 1st. What the heck's he doing all the way out here then? Never heard of Rochester, Minnesota. I've heard of Rochester, New York. Isn't it Rochester, New York? I don't know. Offered Benjamin Few of Livingstone and Calgary, Alberta, Northwest Territory. (1862 to 1896). It's pretty rough too. What in the Sam Steele happened here? This one whole corner of this thing is just completely obliterated. No name left on it. Oh, wait, yeah, here we go. My mistake. Can barely read it though. In fact, I can't really make out the date at all on that. Looks like it had some pediment style designs on it here. Joseph Saltario, the proprietor of the Grand Central Hotel in Halifax, Nova Scotia, 1860. Calgary, Northwest Territories, 1892. Yeah, we weren't even a province called Alberta yet. Not until 1905. This one's been completely obliterated too. Judge of the Supreme Court of the Northwest Territories, 1836 to 1894. (1852 to) Can't read that one. Missing something up there. Lizzie, something or other. August 1st, 1888. A few more interesting ones here before we wind this thing up. Some kind of obelisk, shaped marker here made out of stones. There's a bit of snow on the ground. Great. Gordon D. Emery, 1915 to 1936. It's unusual. 1995 to 1904. Another log. What is that supposed to symbolize? I don't even really know. This is what, the fourth one? Have we seen now with some kind of log on it? It just seems odd to me. I don't know. There's sandstone wall up ahead there. To 1929, Jackson. Kind of buried looking. '20s and 1930s are the dates on these. Some more pearly gates on this one. Did we look at this one already? Maybe we did. Loving memory of Fred, the beloved son of J.R. and M.A. Collings. 1895. Another old one. Yeah, how much? I want to bet there's something on here that got knocked off. That. Jeez. birds here. I have no idea what kind of bird those are. Red-crested warbler? Nope, I don't know. I guess it was only a matter of time before I found one of these mausoleums or whatever they're called. The name on there says Quirk, Q-U-I-R-K, I think. Looks like it says Quirk. Marble. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, there's Senator Lougheed, Peter Lougheed, and the Lougheed clan here. Very famous in Alberta. Sir James Alexander Lougheed, 1854 to 1925. Eh? Lady Belle Lougheed, oh my, aren't you fancy? 1880 to 1936. There's the Honorable Peter Lougheed. And of course, we've looked at the Lougheed House here in Calgary a couple of times on the channel. A beautiful sandstone estate home. And what they say is the neo-Gothic revival style, you know, with turrets and conical domes on it, and oh, that song and dance. It actually has a glass dome over its I guess what you would call a parlor. One of these enclosed areas. Breckenridge, yeah, that name rings a bell too. 1913. Got some maple leaves on here, maybe, or ivy. They kind of do look like maple leaves, though. jackrabbit, snowshoe hare. Boom, gone. See, this place just keeps going. And this is only one section. The Union Cemetery is only one section. There's actually 4 sections in this thing. But from what I was told, this is where some of the older and the more historically significant graves are. Got some very interesting cymatic symbols or patterns here. Floral designs. Mr. Wolf with an E. All right, so there you go. I think that is going to seal the deal here today for Frankie, New West Reset, and the Halloween edition. Boots on the ground here at the old Union Cemetery, Calgary, Alberta, up in Canada land, eh? So, thank you very much for joining me. Happy Halloween to all of you. If you haven't already, please give a guy one of these and do all the other things down here just to help a fella out. And until the next one, take care out there and have yourselves a good one. Be careful out there with all the ghosts and goblins, people. Cheers.